Welcome back, everyone. This is CCP Fozzie, once again joined by Shadu, and we've got a great match coming up for you. This is Agony Empire versus Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork. Agony showing off their unpredictability that has been many, many times lauded. What do you think about these two setups, Shadu?
Right, Agony Empire coming on the field with 3 Tengus, 3 Caracals, and a Basilisk, and 3 Moluses. This reads to me like Kite Central. While Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork coming to field with triple Proteuses, Prophecy Oneros, and triple Enios. They are going to have to fly those Enios very, very, very fast and very quickly over to the Agony Empire side if they're able to take this match.
It's all going to come down to those Ishkars and Enyos. This Tengu team is a micro warp drive, heavy missile team. It's going to be trying to get as far away as possible, applying damage, and if it gets tackled, they'll go down super fast to these Proteuses. However, they are faster. They will be faster than the Proteuses, and if that means if they can keep those Enyos off them or kill them, then they'll be able to win this match.
And it looks like Minister of Inappropriate Footwork is putting their best foot forward and rushing over to the Agony Empire side here. So while Agony Empire has left a screen of ships to protect their backline and their Oneros here.
So the important thing to see right here is the control bars. You'll see Agony is applying its damps while Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork is not applying the damps. They don't have any on the Oneros though. I'm kind of surprised that they're not damping the Oneros. It may be that they're waiting for the Enyos to move in, then they're going to dump the Oneros. There we go. There go the damps of the Oneros, and there go off the reps on the Enyo. Very smart play by Agony.
Absolutely, and the Basilisk now on the Agony Empire
big.
side is tackled, wept and scrambled, while the Enyo of Maihon on Minister of Inappropriate Footwork side is now entering structure with still no reps from that Oneros.
That being said, if I was Agony,
down.
I would be fully happy to trade my Basilisk for most of these frigates for Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork, because those Proteuses can't do anything to damage you unless they can catch you. And the Agony team has done the smart thing. You'll see that they're actually quite spread out already. They're not clustered up in one place, so the Proteuses would have to track down one of them, kill it, then move to the next one, and so on and so forth. It would take them a very long time. And the Basilisk is also tanking a very long time. These frigates are not getting reps because the Oneros is damped. This is a brilliant execution of a team that we really haven't seen this tournament so far. This has been a team that was popular in previous Alliance tournaments. It's one of those classic archetypes using sensor dampeners and a fast missile team to stay on the edge of the arena, away from your opponents, pick them off, damp the Logi, or if it gets too close, you can just kill it kind of at your leisure because you've got all that range. But it's not been one that's very popular so far in this tournament. Why would you say that is, Shadu?
It's hard to say. I mean, typically we've seen quite a lot of control setups that are able to catch these kiters quite quickly.
Yes.
With obviously Balgorns and lots of fast frigates with good support on them. This time around, though, Agony, I just feel, has executed this brilliantly. They left that screen in place, and every single Enyo that made through it and got to this Basilisk got knocked down very quickly.
Yeah.
It's taken Footwork a massive amount of time here to go for the Logi swap. Actually, their own Oneros is not in trouble. I don't think this Oneros has done much whatsoever.
He is repping now, though, so he has gotten close enough now that he is repping. That initial damp dump was very, very powerful, but he's probably not going to fall for that again, which means that Agony is going to have to switch and start to try to take him down because they can't break these frigates through his reps. I think they're realizing that right about now. So we're going to see them applying there. Meanwhile, the Basilisk of Ollie Geist there is going down. He's got the Proteuses on him. For the longest time, we saw him tackle. We might be wondering why he wasn't dying. It's because he only had the Frigs on him. Now the Proteuses have caught up, and now it's going to be up to Agony to try to take down that Oneros, as we see him priming him right now. Yes. And they have to do that without losing too many of their ships.
That's right. They went for that logistic swap by damping down that Oneros, forcing him to come back in there, then swung around with their Sabers, which are really fast, good tackle, with a decent bit of EHP in a tournament setting. They got a tackle on that Oneros. He's now in half armor and going down fast, while all of the Tengus and the Caracals on Agony Empire side have now scattered. So and now Ministry of Footwork faces an immense challenge of chasing down each of those ships with only 2 Ishkars left.
Very importantly, they're killing the last Saber. If this Oneros is no longer tackled, he's going to be able to resist a lot more of this damage. So we're going to have to see how much damage he takes now that he's no longer scrammed, and whether or not that really changes things very much. Because if that Oneros goes down, then Agony's in a pretty good place. But without any tackle, it's going to be sometimes tough to apply the damage to the very small ships.
And of course, this Oneros has a massive amount of rep bots on him, probably from these Proteuses and this Prophecy perhaps as well. On the Agony Empire side, they're sitting pretty right now. They've kited far away enough that Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork has not been able to caught up to anything. Those Proteuses will need to recharge their cap for a minute and rush right in.
Yeah, so that Oneros is going down. It looks like he's afterburner fit, which means that the scram that he had on him for the Sabers wasn't really making that big of a difference, so he is going to go down anyways. This is really, I'd be happy to be Agony Empire right now at this point. None of your ships tackled. Even if you lose the Mauluses, they're not really a big loss at this point because there's nothing really that you need to damp. All of these ships that can do damage to you only do it at close ranges anyways. And the big thing to watch out for is right along the Agony Empire side, along all these ship names, if you start seeing webs and scrambles there, that ship is going to die. Anything that gets tackled on this Agony team will die, but it'll be almost impossible to kill anything without tackling it. And the frigates dropping off the field fast.
Yes, Agony Empire here, we will see now starting to take down these frigates. If they take down both of these Ishgars, there is nothing left on the Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork side to tackle any of these Tengos and Caracols, and these Proteuses alone. Okay, they might catch one or two of them, but they certainly will face an awful time trying to chase down 6 different kiting heavy missile setup ships.
Yeah. I mean, I would be really surprised if I came up against this Agony team, to be honest. If I was Footwork, I would not be building this team thinking, well, do you know what they might bring? Kiting Tengus. It was something that we've seen in previous tournaments, but it's not something we've seen at all this year. And this is not a team that does really great against it. These Proteuses are mobile, but not mobile enough, and they're very, very short range. So that's always going to be their big problem, is if they can't catch on top of something, if they can't get it tackled, they're not going to be able to apply the damage. Agony being very, very unpredictable, and being unpredictable is hugely important. By winning this match, assuming that they do win it, which they will unless they fly out of the arena basically at this point, that means they're going to be going up against Pandemic Legion for the last match of the day. And I know you mentioned that PL not wanting to face Agony.
No, Seamus Archer specifically has said that he does not want to go up against Agony Empire, and that's why they had to bring a pretty good setup against them last time around. This time around, they've seen Agony Empire perform brilliantly well, but use multitude of ships, and I don't know what to bring.
So far today has knocked out Hun Reloaded, has knocked out Rokapel. Now they're knocking out Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork. What if they knocked out Pandemic Legion to round that off for the last match of the day? Wouldn't that be a day?
Those are not odds that I would like to bet on ebet.com against Agony Empire. I think, if anything, that swings over to Agony Empire's favor on my on my bets list. Anyway,
if you're Agony right now, you have to be very, very happy about getting the opportunity to make these huge set of upsets and just dominate all of these teams. It's going to be really, really cool to watch that match at the end of the day. That being said, one of the Tengus is now caught.
That's right. As I said before, I had a feeling that they will catch one or two. Certainly, this Tengu will die here, but the sheer problem of having to chase down these other 2 Tengus and these 3 Caracols.
3 minutes left to do it.
There's only 3 minutes left to do it. I don't think it's going to be enough. That being said, Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork is winning on points.
Yes.
So Agony Empire will have to kill this Tristan. Is that going to be enough?
That is put them into tie.
Tie.
And if they go to tie with a tie, then we might see the reverse tie-dye.
First time around.
We'll have to see. All right, so now we have the match at a point tie. It's going to be up to Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork. If they can catch anything within the next, say, minute or so, they'll win.
This could very well still go Footwork's way if they now put on those running shoes and go after these Mauluses. If they manage to catch a Maulus or a Caracol, it is still enough time to take those down.
Very smartly, Agony Empire going after the Prophecy. Prophecy not going to be able to evade the fire. The missiles are doing full damage.
Yes.
I think that Prophecy will go down in the next 2 minutes. It's going to be close.
It's going to be close, but he is dropping fast enough there. Right, he is melting, actually.
So, really, at this point, the only way that Footwork can take this is they need to catch one of these Tangos or Caracols, or actually the Maul. Well, at this point, we really need a Tango or a Caracol, and get some of the damage off the field. 1 minute and 42 seconds left. Also, if Agony flew out of the arena, then that could also be something that swings it, which is always something that's a danger with a team like this. A team like Agony's is the team that's most vulnerable to flying out of the arena, so they always have to be careful about that. And if you're Footwork, you just need to not give up here at this point. There's always a chance to pull it back against a team like this because they can make these kind of mistakes. They can hit approach on a target. We saw actually way back in AT8, I think it was, when Razor managed to beat Suddenly Spaceships, a team that had them completely outmatched as we see now, Agony going up well ahead in points with 1 minute left. I think they're going to probably take this. They were completely outmatched, but they just kept going, kept trying, did their best, and a couple of big piloting errors gave them the match. So that's really what Ministry has to hope for at this point.
What we're really looking here on the Agony Empire side is those webs to start being applied from these Proteuses. That would be a sign that they have caught up to something. Of course, as we see, the smallest that took a bit of shield damage is now overloading his MWD and going over 3.9k there, and those Proteuses doing max about 1.6k will not be able to catch up.
At this point, they need to kill either 2 Molluses and Caracal or 2 Caracals or 1 Tengu. And I don't think they have time for that.
I don't
seconds.
see that happening in
they can
30
maybe,
seconds.
if they caught a Caracal right now, it might go down, but they're not going to be able to kill a Tengu in that time. So that's going to be Agony Empire. They'll be getting ready to fight Pandemic Legion at the end of the day, but potentially rounding out their day with another huge upset knockout.
If there is someone who can do it, this Agony Empire story has been really rags to riches here, and wow, I would put my money on Agony Empire.
Very, very good day so far for Agony Empire as they win their 3rd match of the day against Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork. Long, grueling day for them, but it's not over yet because they'll be fighting our last match today against Pandemic Legion. We're going to send you back to Soundwave in the studio and then get ready for our next match after a short break. I think we're going to be having actually a exhibition match.
Wow, interesting.